Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gang's dumb commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have aged even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons, it's Shaturday morning cartoons.
Happy Saturday, everybody!
Saturday!
Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. I'm Nick. We got Joe and George, and joining us once again, one of our favorite guests, Keith Garcia from the C Film Center in Denver. Welcome, Keith.
Hi. How's everyone this morning?
Good.
Good to have you back.
Yeah,
Glad to be back.
I'm
All right.
excited to have you on to talk Snagglepuss with us, and I like your reaction already.
My favorite, now that he's out of the closet.
Yes, well, officially he is, and this is our first episode of Pride Month, so we'll get into it. We'll get into all that, and just watch the old cartoon from 1961. But first, let's watch a commercial.
Welcome to What's My Lion? Now, will the mystery lion sign in, please? All right, panel, guess who he is without peeking.
Are you in showbiz, darling?
Heavens to Murgatroyd! I'm a TV star for Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies.
You're a Detroit lion.
I am not.
Are you a dandelion?
No, but I'm a smooth operator.
Then you're a telephone lion. A 50-yard lion? A man-eating lion.
Never! I'm a Cocoa Krispies eating lion. You know, the cereal that tastes like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy. Coca-Losa with milk on 'em for breakfast. Coca-Losa with nothing on 'em for snacks.
You're a Detroit tiger.
And you're a nut.
Time's up. He's Snagglepuss, the famous Cocoa Krispies lion.
Who? Snorkelpuss.
Never heard of him.
Well, you've heard of me. Snagglepuss and the Cocoa Krispies box. See? I'd know me anywhere.
Really?
Wow.
That's when commercials could be about 10 minutes long.
It used to be longer. Yeah, they
That
gave
needed
room
its
to
own
breathe back
commercial
then.
in there.
Yeah.
So what's everybody eating? Anybody at Cocoa Krispies, or anybody have a fun mug to show off?
I have a fun mug. I'll jump in with my fun mug. I don't think I've used this mug on here. This is a Camel. You're familiar with the cigarette brand. They also went into the mug making game too. And this is like a thick one that you can have your coffee in, or you can put cold drinks in it. It keeps them cold too. And I paid for them with, look at this, my 100 Camel Cash dollars that somebody in Chicago gave me.
I like that they made a bill.
I know. That's the best part. They put
Yeah.
$100 part of that. That's actual. Like, I don't know where he got this Camel Cash, but there it is.
It's the original cryptocurrency.
It really is. So, yes.
Unspent too.
And
Imagine.
wait. Do you remember the whole thing about the camel with the naked man in it? Do you remember that?
Sure.
Every time I look at it, like, I can't not see it, but I can especially see it in this because it's so big. Like, I mean, like, look, can you see the guy?
No.
Yeah. Well,
You could never-
he's very well endowed.
He has
And
a.
proud.
Oh, I
But
see it.
His elbow is shooting out. You see
Yep.
it?
But no head.
No, he has a head.
That's good head.
Yeah, I see like an eye hole.
Oh, okay.
nipple.
Yep, I got it. I just found it.
And then just a big old schlong.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
the camel's legs are the man's legs. Okay.
I think it's like one of those like Little Mermaid things, or like Lion King spelling sex up into the sky. I think it's like one of those things that the illustrator was having some fun, a little fun of his own, or her own. Yeah.
Keith, what do you have? You got any fun cereal or a fun
Oh,
mug?
I mean, we're going Malta Mill, Golden Puffs, which is I guess the honey smacks of 4 kids. But I'm eating in a ramen bowl.
Oh, that's fun. So the answer was no, you didn't have any fun
No.
cereal.
But we couldn't pretend that I popped open this collectible box of
Oh.
Crustios.
Don't
that's my
actually, don't
quarter.
ever open those. No.
No.
No,
that's-
there's like a ghost is gonna come out if I open that.
No. That,
A crusty metal O, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
the jagged metal
the-
Crustio.
The Ark of the Covenant.
I
Is
think that's
actually
going to
what
be your
that is.
retirement. Keep that sealed. That's going to be your retirement, and
Yeah, probably. I gotta dust this.
you could easily get $54 for it. I bet.
George, you got a fun mug?
Well, sure. We're watching a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. My favorite character is Muttley, the laughing sidekick, and I feel like that's what I am to VCR Party. I'm if you guys are dastardly, I'm Muttley, your sidekick. If you watch VCR Party in the bottom corner, that's me.
We need a Muttley.
We do, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Can you hold it up again? Can you hold it up again? Can you get one of those head things like pilot's hats or whatever he's wearing? Yeah,
absolutely. By the end of the show, and the scarf.
Well, by Tuesday, by VCR Party time.
Okay. Yep.
All right,
Done.
great. Thank you.
I found that I knew we were watching a cartoon about a pink mountain lion, so I found a strawberry milkshake Frosted Flakes. So as soon as you open the package, you're hit with a huge blast of fake strawberry smell, and they really, I don't know if they taste like a strawberry milkshake, but they're extremely strawberry, like, strawberry quick sort of flavored. Yeah, pretty good cereal, I gotta say, but just all sugar. So
did they require you get the family size? I mean, you couldn't have gotten a smaller size than that?
That's the only size these came in. So
yeah.
took one
the
for
bachelor
the team.
size, they don't have the guy living alone by himself size?
No, so if anybody wants me to send them a quarter of this cereal, just let me know, because there's plenty left. All right, so let's get into Snagglepuss, shall we? This is an interesting history to this cartoon. So first appearance came out in 1959. He was in various different Hanna-Barbera other cartoons like Quick Draw McGraw. The voice was by a guy, Dawes Butler, who we've talked about on the show. He did Huckleberry Hound, he did Yogi Berra, and his voice, his characterization was based on Bert Lahr, who
I was
the Cowardly
wondering where
Lion
that came
voice.
from.
Yeah, and just to hear a little bit of Bert Lahr and what his voice was, the Cowardly Lion's voice and songs, but here's his stage act.
Have you ever felt a feeling for the Delta? Zaz, zaz, in the Mississippi mud. It's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi Basin. M-I-S-S-I-S, south in my mouth. Christopher Columbus. Oh, you rascal, yeah, man, hot dog. Well, burn my clothes.
And so I guess you can hear a little bit of it. It's a little raspier than Snagglepuss.
I mean, essentially, Snagglepuss, that actor was truly gay. So then, therefore, his interpretation of that, that's just what came out.
Well,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So and because Dawes Butler was doing an impression of Bert Lahr, this is kind of a precedent. When this commercial came out with Snagglepuss in it, Bert Lahr sued them, saying people are going to think I'm endorsing your product. That's not fair. So they had to put this disclaimer, Snagglepuss voiced by Dawes Butler, so people didn't confuse it for Bert Lahr. And for what it's worth, Bert Lahr was a married guy, and whenever the animators from Snagglepuss brought up the fact to Joseph Barbera, William Hanna, that, hey, Snagglepuss might be a gay character, I guess Hanna-Barbera furiously said, no, he wasn't. And they said in the defense that Bert Lahr was horrible to his wife, which doesn't seem like a great defense. That anyway,
Wait, I'm lost. I'm confused. So he was bad to his wife. So what does that mean? That means
I don't know
Okay.
that if he was gay, he wouldn't be. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's how straight he was.
Yeah, exactly.
He assaulted his wife.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
there we go.
That's
All right,
the
hooray.
idea. Yeah.
That all makes sense.
But that's the Cowardly Lion guy. So they're saying there's no way that this could be an impression of like a queer individual.
Right. Even
'Cause
though
he's
he's a pink.
he's so straight he beats his wife.
Yes.
There we go.
exactly.
That makes
Terrible defense. But the other
also,
thing, go
can
ahead.
I
Jeff.
say? I just want to make a comment about Bert Lahr. If anybody ever needed a pseudonym, it's Bert Lahr. Come on, Bert Lahr.
It sounds like you're having a stroke while you're saying his name.
It does, yeah. It
Bert
actually
Lahr.
hurts to say Bert Lahr. But you could put that on a vanity license plate. You could put Bert Lahr.
Oh, that's true.
That would fit.
Lahr.
There's an H in there.
Yeah.
That changes
And by the
things.
way, Bert Lahr, literally a friend of Dorothy, right? I mean, he was, in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But this was like Hanna-Barbera was notorious for ripping off popular comedians of the time and making them into cartoon characters. So Ed Norton, also voiced by, or Yogi Bear, voiced by Dawes Butler, was an impression of Ed Norton from The Honeymooners. You had Phil Silvers was Top Cat, was an impression of the Phil Silvers Show. Jimmy Durante, they did an impression of him for Doggy Daddy, the Augie Doggy cartoon. My personal favorite, Wally Gator. George, you know where I'm going here. This is Ed Wynn, voice that I love doing. Let's listen to a little bit of a Wally Gator, which is an Ed Wynn impression.
Morning exercise? What's with this health kick? My muscles are still sleeping.
So that's just one of my favorite voices.
Can we get a little taste, Nick? Can you give us a little taste of your impression?
Can you read the rest of his history in that voice?
Oh my, heavens to Murgatroyd! That's kind of the him doing the
Catchphrase.
The catchphrase though of Snagglepuss was heavens to Murgatroyd. He also did exit stage left, and he would also say even after phrases. So. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, what is Murgatroyd? Like, what is it? And it turns out that it was an old surname in English aristocracy, like in the Yorkshire area, in like the 1300s. So there's a lot of old operas that have the last name Murgatroyd in it. So that's where that came out of.
It's one of those things that ended up in my brain, and I have no idea how it got. Well, it got there because of cartoons, but I had no idea what it meant until right now.
Yes.
So there we go.
And
That was my,
yeah.
I was gonna say that was my favorite Nintendo game was Super Murgatroyd.
Oh, somebody got to back that up.
Yeah.
So, and then Snagglepuss the cartoon, he was known for he had an affinity for the theater. He wore these fancy bow ties and cuffs and collar. He would often break the fourth wall and do soliloquies and talk to the audience. Kind of, and he had just like these sort of campy verbal mannerisms. He's a pink mountain lion, and eventually in 1961 he got his own regular series as part of the Yogi Bear Show, total of 32 episodes, and then went on to all sorts of other Hanna-Barbera shows like the Laff-A-Lympics. But I picked out two different cartoons we could watch, and this first one it has to do with his acting career. Very self-referential.
I have a couple questions before we dive in, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So did he ever get sued by the Pink Panther? I mean, it seemed like two Pink
Pink
cats.
Panther came out. Pink Panther was later.
Okay.
Pink Panther was 1963, and this was 1959.
So did they ever sue them?
No, I guess it was.
It seems like there's not enough room in the entertainment industry for two pink cats. You know what I mean? It seems like there can only be one.
It's not like the Highlander. There can be two. I would think that like Owens Corning in like how we're in the multiverse crossover world.
Yes.
Like they would have gotten Snagglepuss to appear in an insulation commercial with the Pink Panther.
The crossover, like the Avengers.
That would be the biggest. That would be big news.
Also, did Hanna-Barbera sue Chippendales?
for the tie, bow tie, and the collar,
cuffs and tie. Like
they got a lot of lawsuits on their hands. I think.
But also,
I did read, Joe, that Pink Panther was inspired by Snagglepuss a little bit, but he didn't talk, and it was a different sort of.
How about that? Like
cat.
Like Hanna-Barbera actually like inspired something else instead of just stealing all their things.
Right.
I mean, I wonder if comedians hated them back then because they just like stole their bits and just like did impressions of them.
Well, clearly, I mean, Burt Lahr did successfully sue them, but I bet they would. Even like Fred Flintstone's very close to Jackie Gleason, and
right.
I think he tried to sue them for the Flintstones ripping off the Honeymooners, but for all of the gay coding that may or may not have been in Snagglepuss, he did have a female love interest named Lila the Lion, but she rejected his, ineffectual advances all the time. So
and he treated her poorly. So right.
so there's no way.
Right.
Anyway, here's the first Snagglepuss cartoon.
Delivering mail to everyday type people, I don't mind.
But when a lion starts getting
Laziest
mail, it's
background.
time I start.
Yeah, but I will say this: I love the Hanna-Barbera sound effects. They'll be on full display here.
Okay, good.
Thinking of that little bookstore business.
But hark! What whistle through yonder windward breaks? It is the east, and the mailman is the sun, with the mail even. Ah, could it be my book on Ackerton arriveth at last?
I have a theory. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I just arrived at a theory.
Okay.
I think that when Bert Lahr invented that voice, he was doing the voice for his cat. I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Like I do different voices for my cats, and like if you have like a good one, maybe it just takes off.
Let's
like,
hear him.
Oh, it's always high pitched. So it's like, hey, can I get some more Ruva, please? Hey, it's 8 o'clock. I need some reveal. Those are the names. Those are the names of their cat.
Keith, you have you have one cat? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Jordan Catalano still kicking strong at 20 years old.
20?
Wow.
Wow. What's
And,
what? Do you have a voice?
Do you have the voice for the cat that you do?
He kind of has a like, no, that's not what I'm thinking. That's not what we're eating tonight.
Oh, almost like an Antonio Banderas, a little sassy.
Kind of. It's like you thought you could get this canned product by me. No, we're having the crunchies and nothing else.
The crunchies.
The crunchies.
Well,
We call
Joe, I
crunchies
think you might
too.
be onto something, because that would make a great cartoon character voice.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if
All
I ever find myself like in a recording studio, like doing a cartoon voice, I'm probably just gonna do my cat's voices because because I can do them very well. You should see me when I'm on a roll.
Well, Snagglepuss is being rebooted, so maybe he could have some pals, and I know just the voice actors.
Still, my fluttering heart. Patience, patience, while I unwrap the coverlet. And here it is, in all its pristine you-know-what. How to be a TV actor. And here is lesson number 1. Hello out there. It's Yogi Bear.
Number 1.
Hey, hey, hey. Lesson
So he's doing his own voices. That's the sort of inside joke here.
But quick straw, don't you thin. I'll do the thinning around here, and don't you forget it. I'm doing so good, I better get me an agent. Why haven't you finished those 22 pictures, Dimwitty? You've had 3 days.
I know, PJ, but I asked
Isn't he the
for
Jetsons
one
guy?
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Sprocket, doesn't he? The studio head.
He's 100% the Jetsons boss.
Very close to Space.
Mr. Spacely, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Spacely, yeah.
Yeah.
Had 3 days.
I know, PJ, but I asked for one measly lion, and look what the casting department sent me.
Sorry, Dimwitty, but you've goofed up the schedule, and you know the penalty.
You mean go back to westerns?
He's pretty
no,
Hitler-y.
No, PJ, please, have a heart. Anything but that.
I am a
That must have
lenient
been kind of a
man,
funny
Dimwitty.
Hollywood
I'll
commentary
give
at the
you
time. He didn't want to
2
go back to
minutes produce
westerns.
the lion.
But PJ, that would take a miracle, even for TV. Who is it, and get out?
What now?
Sound effect.
Love that one.
Can yonder doorway break?
I love that high pitch.
'Tis I, Hamlet A. Snagglepuss. The A stands for applause. Thunderous even.
It's a lion. Hello, miracle. How would you like to be a star?
What do you mean, like to be? I am a star. Let the cameras roll. Quiet on the set. Let's have a little action. Let's have a little action. I'm here.
This time, you play
kinda
an
reminds me of Dollar
escaped
Bill a little
circus
bit.
lion.
Oh,
you
Dollar
hide in
Bill's
that shack,
discount,
but it's dark,
yeah.
so you light a match. Get it?
No, but I got a sneaky feeling I'm gonna.
Okay.
By the way,
roll
real
it.
fast.
Yeah, no, go
Pause.
for it. Yeah.
Well, I guess their bodies are too. Looking at director. Maybe this is just me, but do you ever imagine these folks naked?
All the time.
Like
if
his
you really
waist would be down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and his genitals would be all the way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would his genitals do? Would they?
What wouldn't they do?
I'm just trying to. tried to figure out what
You're
they
talking
would
about
like.
Dimwitty, the
Yeah,
director
yeah,
here? Yeah.
yeah. No, can somebody draw that?
Yeah, just these spindly little legs, and then
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, I was
There's
just doing
probably
waist lines and stuff.
There's probably a Tijuana Bible of him naked somewhere that we could find.
Well, that's where the expression
lion
"hung like
cage!"
Dimwitty" comes from.
Ah, that's where it comes
The
from.
ferocious lion has escaped. After him, quick. I mean, after him, quick.
Let me see now. I was supposed to hide in his shack and light a match.
Come back here, you ferocious lion!
Ah, 'tis my cue. Exit, stage left. And into yon shack.
That classic skidding sound effect.
Hey! That's the wrong shack! It's full of dynamite!
The director wasn't kidding. It is dark in here. Now, where's that match? Ah, here it is. Heavens to smithereens! Dynamite!
Cut!
What's so funny? Why the hilarious ha-has? Are you so fabulously rich you can afford to be sued?
You don't understand. We ran out of film.
You did?
Yeah, ain't that funny? Now we'll have to shoot the whole thing over again.
You what?
Why not? You're a brave lion.
I gotta
aren't
say,
you?
I like the character models, like in general, like it's pretty good. And like, you know how everything's kind of flash animated now, or not flash anymore, but you know, everything's kind of got this style again because it's simple to draw and animate digitally. It has, I don't know, I like the
That's what you think,
I like the
Buster.
drawings, the
I'm
character
chicken. What light through yonder
I was trying to think
window
what director
breaks.
he looks
It
like.
is the exit for all us chickens.
Probably based on somebody.
So exit,
Yeah.
clucking all the way. Stage left.
Peter Bogdanovich,
Cluck,
maybe?
cluckety cluck cluck cluck, cluckety cluck, and a Ethan.
cluckety cluck and a even.
Something we can all get behind.
Yes. All right, and that's part one. We'll watch another. They're very short cartoons, but
See,
I
I
gotta
like
say,
that.
I do too, and I don't hate Snagglepuss. I think he's a very entertaining character and funny situations, and yeah, I like him.
Just tolerable enough. Got the queer Leo energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually watched one of them before. Like,
Me neither.
I just knew through, I think, like the pop culture osmosis that's what
Yeah.
he sounded like and that's who he was. But I didn't know what his personality was, and it just seems like it's just bumbling in general. You know?
I think he would get some words wrong, but all the world's a stage for him. So he's always talking to the audience and narrating it and
Okay.
and talking in theatrical prose and stuff.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. All right, George, do you have some commercials for us?
I sure do. Hanna-Barbera made a lot of commercial tie-ins for other products, and here are some of the weirdest ones I could find. Shaturday morning cartoons will be right back.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay?
How
I've
about
seen
taking
this
a
one.
nap? I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter flavor.
Yeah, Fred.
The good old days when you could
Filter Blend
advertise
makes
cigarettes
the big
with
taste
children's
difference, and only
cartoons.
Winston has it. Up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking.
Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like cigarette should.
Cigarettes and misogyny.
Are they mad because they're selling cigarettes to children? Is that why the wives were mad?
Yes, that's exactly it.
They
They're like,
weren't working.
I saw the script.
I really liked Wilma's. She just had like a mean puss on her. Like that was.
Yeah.
back it up. Can you back
had
it up?
enough.
I think I saw Wilma's Mean Puss in the 90s. They
No,
opened for Babes in
that's-
Toyland.
That's It's a different thing, George.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she kind of has that downturned mouth there, and yeah.
Especially when they're like thinking about, like when they're looking at them, when they're like, "Can you believe
Oh,
this?"
yeah, yeah.
I'm hungry for a Winston now. I'm gonna check my
Commercial
drawer
still
and see
works
if they-
60 years later.
Yeah, searching the
job,
drawers for a
Flintstones.
Winston.
All right, now here's some more cat calling.
Now here we'll see what Phil Silver's show is
Having
based
dinner with
on.
Fancy, eh?
Yeah, Kellogg's cornflakes. Oh, I can hardly wait.
Kellogg's cornflakes? He shouldn't waste them on women when TC's around.
Hello, TC.
Fancy, you Romeo, you got a dinner date.
Yeah.
Let me give you a few pointers.
But-
First, just sweep her off her feet.
Ain't we just having cornflakes?
How can you think of food at a time like this? Haven't you dreamed of this baby as I have?
Yeah.
You're on your own, boy.
Hello, Fancy.
Haven't you dreamed of this baby as I have?
Fresh.
Fresh.
Oh, troubles, Fancy? I'll fix you some Kellogg's cornflakes.
Entering the
Best
fifth
light-based
minute of this
flavor.
commercial.
Here's the best dinner date in the
It's
world.
the male cat gaze.
Here, a delicious bowl of Kellogg's cornflakes shared with an old and trusted friend.
McKay, get up. That pigeon's due
It's
any
you,
minute.
George.
I've got it, Chief. The secret toasted and frosting of Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes. It's for cats on the go. But he's a dog. McLean, fetch. That's not a pigeon. Listen, listen, listen.
Oh, that's what's his
Winchell.
name? Winchell. That's Winchell.
Yeah,
Got
Paul
him
Winchell.
going all right, but that dog has gone to the birds.
Ventriloquist.
Who's us to mention?
Mayor Troll from Trollkins.
Sugar Frosted Flakes are in
Gargamel.
snack pack, too.
And your hero.
And
my
every
hero.
and every other cartoon character in the world
Yeah.
that Welker didn't do.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Socrates, what have you and the girls' clubs of America got in common?
I can't imagine. Tell me.
You're both program specialists. You for Butch and the Kids, and Girls Clubs of America for all girls from 6 to 18.
Girls' clubs help girls of all races and backgrounds to better themselves through programs in
What cartoon
education,
is this?
recreation,
Rip off
community
Scooby?
commitment, and cultural
Butch
exchanges.
Cassidy.
Girls are what count most at Girls Clubs
Oh,
of
we
America.
have that. Whoa. What?
This lasted like 3 months.
Yeah. Jabberjaw. We're fat.
Hanna-Barbera Land, where you can have a ball, share a show, even see your name in lights.
Jeff.
Pick up your coupon at Safeway today for
I wish my
$1.50
name was
off and a
Jeff.
free Coke.
Yeah,
at
that's why it went
Hanna-Barbera
under.
Land.
That was the only option.
Where
Was,
was
uh,
that? California
there were-
somewhere?
I think there were a few of them,
Wow.
including overseas. But yeah, I don't think any kid knew who Jabberjaw was by the time they got there. That was like mid 80s.
And that was, of course, a Curly ripoff from Three Stooges.
Of
his
course,
voice.
they didn't have an original idea in any of their collective brains there. I want to show this. So we did an unboxing like a month ago, Nick, and one of the things that we got in here was the NBC comics. It was a comic book of all the NBC comics that were coming out that particular season.
Awesome.
And look in here. There's it's like Yogi and I think it's Snagglepuss as a kid. Do you
As a
see that on there?
teenager?
It's,
Yeah.
as teenagers, yeah, it's like their Muppet Babies version. Of course, they ripped off that too.
Yeah.
But
right.
but then I was just paging through this. There's a Saved by the Bell comic in here too that looks pretty good. And then
Wow.
on the back, did you watch Keith? Did you watch Kyle Mooney's show, the Saturday morning? What was it called? Smash
All-Star Hits.
All-Star Hits.
Yeah.
He plays like a character like these two guys, Chip and Pepper, which I don't remember Chip and Pepper at all. But I wonder if that's
Oh, he
that
plays
was the-
twins like who are doing the wraparound segments.
I wonder
right?
if I wonder if this was like the inspiration of Chip and Pepper were the inspiration for that Kyle Mooney show. So
Seems like it because I saw Captain N, the Game Master, and that would have been Kyle's era there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pro Stars.
yeah,
Our
oh,
favorite.
yeah. Pro Stars is right on the front. Yeah. We got to watch more Pro Stars. That's
Oh.
yeah.
Just a note that Hanna-Barbera Land was located in the Spring, Texas a town called Spring, Texas, and operated for 1984 and 1985 seasons. That was it. So that Jabberjaw costume for the last 40 years has been sitting in a pile somewhere outside of
Dallas, probably assume.
Yeah.
All right, road trip, guys.
Houston. Yeah.
Houston. Okay.
There needs to be like a documentary about the failure of Hanna-Barbera Land or something like that. I'm going to call up Nate Truesdale. He did Balloonfest '86.
There was also this is relevant. This is a Sid and Marty Krofft land in Atlanta. And that building where they built it is where CNN is now. And occasionally they'll peel off a wall and find something from one of those crazy shows.
Like Sigmund and the Sea Monsters?
Yeah, stuff like that. So anyhow, just side note.
Man.
Long walk.
Failed theme parks. I love them.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay, let's get into Snagglepuss Part 2. This one has a lot of stuff you can't do, including a little bit of fat shaming. So let's all enjoy Part 2 of Snagglepuss. Here we go.
Cyril D. Snagglepuss. Having completed a course in romantic poetry at this College of the King, I present thee with this diploma.
Oh, happy day, that I might help lovers with my rhyme and folderol. Exit, rhyming all the way, stage left.
And Joseph Hanna's like, God damn it, he's straight.
Cyril D. Snagglepuss, PFFL, poet for frightened lovers. Mayhaps the Cyril D. Snagglepuss will help me win the lovely Lady Lavendish.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, it's my first customer.
My voice
I am the Duke de Guise, come to seek your poetic aid.
And I am Cyril D. Snagglepuss. My poetic pen is at your service. You wish to woo a lady, I take it, but thou art chicken,
My knees do quake at the mere mention of her name.
Sound effects guys, like I got just the sound for knees quaking. It's like castanets or something.
Yeah.
Name. She
Same
is
as their
the
bongo
lovely
guy.
Lady Lavendish,
Then I shall win and woo her for you with my poetic pen.
for which I shall be forever grateful.
But poets cannot live on gratitude alone, you know.
Take this mere bag of gold for your services.
And there's nothing mere about this. Thanks awfully, largely even.
Father, I would partake of a breath of air. I'll be out on the balcony.
Ah, I hear the Lady Lavendish sweet voice.
Clarissa, coming off this balcony. You know it won't support your weight.
Oh, Father, just because I happen to be pleasingly plump, you have to make a big McGill out of it.
What light through yon window breaks? It is the
Magilla?
east.
Make a big
And Lady
McGill out.
Lavendish
What is that?
is some...
Well, Magilla Gorilla was another Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I know of. That's all I know from. You have to make a big McGill. Are they self-referential there? Is that what they're?
No, I think that was I think it was an expression only the fact that I heard my grandparents say it.
The whole
Like,
Megillah.
Yeah, you get the whole Megillah, make a whole Megillah out of it.
It's from Yiddish, apparently. It's one of the 5 books read on special feast days.
It's amazing how much like Yiddish, like, because I think like a lot of those like Borscht Belt or you know the comics that would play upstate in the Catskills and stuff, they were the ones who eventually got TV shows and then were emulated on these cartoons. So there's probably a lot of Yiddish that worked its way in there.
Dish.
Hey.
Oh, dear!
Heavens to earthquake! It's the balcony breaking, and Lady Lavendish weighs a ton.
Yeah.
There, that ought to hold an elephant.
Elephant! Who dares calleth me an elephant?
I come a-wooing thee with heart so pure. I am lovesick, and you're my only cure.
Who doth yelp and whine as though in torment neath my balcony?
Not only does yon buxom belle lack shape, but she also has no ear for music. What brings me riding hence? My poor heart all aflutter. Is it to build a fence or buy a pound of butter?
Is
he not helping the other guy anymore?
I think he still is, yeah, but he just wasn't expecting her to look like this. So he's kind of yeah, he's still trying to woo her.
Okay.
Hey, I come riding hence.
Thank you.
I don't need a shove. Though the fare was 50 cents, I come to woo my love. I've finished my rhyme. Now wilt thou be mine?
Art thou kidding? I wilt, I wilt.
Then I shall go and return forthwith. I gotta break the news to the Duke. Drop your old magazines, Duke. She's ready, eager even.
You mean the lovely Lady Lavendish is willing to fling herself into my waiting arms?
Verily. But the question is, are your waiting arms strong enough to catch her weighty ladyship?
Her frail little wisp of a figure will float gently as a feather into my strong arm.
Okay, maybe you know something I don't know.
I know I must not tarry, lest she change her mind. Come, my frail sylph-like beauty, and float into my eager arms.
I just like the idea of like a bunch of like old white guys like all sitting in a room together pitching this idea and just laughing. Just like, yeah, everybody's gonna love this one.
Because she's big, right? We'll do a Cyrano de Bergerac parody, but it's with a big lady, and
you
right,
get
so,
it? There, yeah.
So I was really hoping that the Duke was just fine with, you know, he just really was in love with you know, this larger framed princess, but that's not the case.
Oh, 'tis time to go. Goodbye, father. My true love awaiteth below. Shall we go, my love?
But of course, after we remove the balcony from my aching back. Sacroiliac! You're not the lovely Lady Lavendish.
Oh, that skinny thing.
Nazi lovely?
That's what I heard.
That's
what I heard too.
Yeah, all right.
She moved last
That's what the closed
night. We're the
captioning's
new
gonna say.
tenants. Besides, what's Lady Lavendish got that I ain't got?
Me! Exit broken back, heart and all, stage left. You blundering buffoon! Take that, hands up!
Ouch, ouch! The Duke is a grouch! Ouch, ouch! Ouch, ouch, even!
Ouch, ouch. The Duke is a grouch.
Strong.
Didn't mind it. All right, so that's Snagglepuss. I think you get the idea from that.
Not the best episode, but it had a strong ending.
Yeah, I liked him getting chased. But of course, like I mentioned, he was in a bunch of other Hanna-Barbera properties. There probably was a Snagglepuss at the theme park, George, but I remember him from a VHS tape we have, 1977's Hanna-Barbera All-Star Ice Review for Fred Flintstone's birthday.
Welcome to Hanna-Barbera's All-Star Comedy Ice Review, a special event for a special occasion. It's Fred Flintstone's birthday. Here are some of his special friends. Yogi Bear, Mr. Jabber, Huckleberry Hound, Mr. Scooby-Doo, the Banana Split, Snorky, Fleagle, Bingo, and Drooper. Hong Kong Fooey, Mr. Quick Draw McGraw, Mr. Snagglepuss, and the Hair Bear.
And the Hair Bear was also voiced by Dawes Butler, by the way. So, and Keith, you mentioned this, but Snagglepuss is officially out now. But at the time, you know, I guess you had to either be coded gay or dance around it or not talk about it in cartoons.
He fell in the same game of, you know, Paul Lynde and Charles Nelson Riley, where it's just like, who didn't know? Like,
right.
Or at least like they're just like, oh, he's funny.
Yeah, right. Like I remember we went to the Liberace Museum in Las Vegas. Joe and I went, and there's these old ladies that staffed it, and they're like, and you know, he never married, you know, and they were just sort of confused by that. We're like, yeah, we know. There are other cartoons that have been coded as gay throughout the years, and now are out. So, for example, Velma from Scooby-Doo, sort of the unspoken thing, but then in a 2018 movie, she officially was gay, and it was in the canon. And then in the recent Mindy Kaling cartoon Velma, there's actually a bit of a romance with
Really?
Daphne.
With Daphne?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Sort of a love-hate thing. I think Daphne is bi in it or something like that.
By the way, Daphne is look at that earring, that very bi earring. That piercing right through the middle of the earlobe. That says it.
That's how you could tell, right? Okay. And then, I mean, Mr. Smithers is was sort of, they sort of danced around and made a joke out of it for a while, but then eventually he did come out in an episode, and I believe, in a 2021 episode, there's actually a love story where he falls in love with a fashion designer. So it went from sort of being an unspoken thing to being on screen.
The worst fashion designer of all time, by the way.
Who is it?
You've seen that episode. Well, just he's made up, but the whole thing is that all of his fashion is like fast fashion, and it is the absolute worst for the environment. Like, it is literally destroying a city at the same time.
And then but then there's the Mitchells versus the Machines, which I quite liked, and they had a queer lead character, Katie Mitchell. And then I watched this cartoon called Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts, and one of the lead characters, Benson, is openly gay in that. So it's and then the Disney, for some reason there was a kerfuffle over this Disney 3D animated movie Strange World, because Ethan was their very first lead character who was gay on the right there. And then Snagglepuss himself was in a DC comic in 2018 called Exit Stage Left, The Snagglepuss Chronicles, where he's a closeted Southern playwright in the 50s during the McCarthy era. And I read it this morning. It's great. It's so good. He's accused of being a communist, and it's actually like, he still says Heavens to Murgatroyd in it, but it's actually kind of like...
Did Hanna-Barbera put it out?
It's part of DC's relationship with like rebooting Hanna-Barbera properties.
Oh, okay.
And this actually won a GLAAD award for comic books in 2019. So I recommend checking it out. It was like a 3-part series that's been collected now. And now Snagglepuss is
I like the art.
Yeah, the art's cool, and I like the art in this too. This is Jellystone ! Which is a rebooted sort of Yogi and Friends cartoon where Snagglepuss is voiced by Dana Snyder, and he works in the entertainment industry. He's gay, and it's not an issue, but he's gay. So Snagglepuss is out, and in 2022, in December, it was announced that Jim Parsons is voicing Snagglepuss in a new series, and Jim Parsons said that he remembers Snagglepuss being one of the first gay totems in his life. So, I don't know. Did you have any experience with queer comic book characters or cartoons growing up, Keith?
I mean, everything was just like, how coded are you? Just kind of the deal. And I guess, I don't know, my brain was always, I grew up with like Boy George, where it was like, yeah, I know. Where also is one of those, like, everyone knows. It's like, yeah, people doing the like, and somehow Boy George just doesn't seem to be dating any women. Like,
right, yeah.
Funny note with that Snagglepuss evolution is the stop with the DC comic where he's in the yellow suit. So is that to imply that when he's in pink, he's nude?
That's a good question. Huh. Right.
He's just running around just naked as a jaybird.
Yeah.
That's a good observation. Yeah.
Well,
but then he's got a case or something, and he puts on the yellow suit.
That might be true. And he's in a court hearings where he's being questioned about writing a communist play, and then he goes to the village and goes to a bar. And I think I have it up here. Yeah, he meets like this is like his boyfriend in there. I like his little hair. Actually, his hair is not unlike yours here, Keith, a little bit. The coif on top there?
There may be a little nod.
I could see it a little bit. But yeah, and it's like not an issue in the comic at all. It's just, he has to hide his lifestyle because it's the 50s and he's a playwright, like Truman Capote or something that's writing these subversive plays, and so he's under fire for it. But I thought, Keith, this would be a good excuse to decide once and for all, which cartoons are gay and which aren't, and what basically everybody wants to know what cartoon sexuality is, and we're going to answer it today in a game called Okay, but are they? And of course, the game, Keith, you are our expert, so you're going to tell us. Keith, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but you are our new cartoon sexuality expert. So
I'll take it. Love it.
Okay, all right.
I've got my mug for next week.
So
please,
we're sending the laminated card in the mail. It should arrive there pretty soon.
You'll have business cards and everything. So expect to be called on regularly. Let's start with our first one. Mr. Slate, this is Fred Flintstone's boss. What do you think?
Let's see. Let's look here. I mean, I'm seeing a good like pedicure and manicure going on. Like his nails seem very kempt. I mean, he's just so he's not. I think he is, but he's not happy.
Yeah,
got it.
He gets a lot of like I don't know. He's kind of let himself go a little bit because he's kind of just tired of caring about like the gym body. So but because of that, like he's not doing real well on Grindr. He gets a lot of like not returned pictures.
I was gonna say similar. Like I feel like he's he's like the guy in at the end of American Beauty who kills Kevin Spacey. I think he's that. I think he's like
Chris Cooper's character.
Chris Cooper's character.
Right,
I think he's like Chris Cooper's character in American Beauty.
Well, it's like a conservative gay man.
Right.
Yes. Like slightly Republican.
Yes, exactly. Like
still
they'll never understand.
Kevin. Yeah. All right, let's get into Rosie the robot. What do you think?
No, I say Rosie's not queer, but I do think she is like the best friend of all the gays. Like, she is,
I could see that.
Like she comes and she is ready to go to the club, and she has all your interests at heart. She will be your wing person. She'll be the one who's like, come on, go over and talk to that guy. And she'll be like, come on.
Oh, Mr. Slate, he stood you up again? Oh no!
I love how quick you had an answer for that, Keith. Like you'd probably thought about that at some point too.
Yeah.
She is Alice-like though, like asexual Alice-like. You know, like Alice from Brady Bunch. Like I feel like
she's sassy, but yeah. All right,
Tell that to Sam the Butcher.
Yeah, Gossamer the monster. This is the name of the big red-haired monster on Bugs Bunny.
I think still dealing with it. I think they're kind of coming to some like fluid notions about themselves, but they're not ready yet to dive over into the full homosexuality.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, what about Bugs Bunny though? I mean, I feel like you could ask, right? I mean,
Bugs is bi.
Seems pretty fluid.
Yeah,
seems pretty fluid, right?
Bugs is very bi and just doesn't care. I think Bugs is bi, non-binary.
Yep.
Just
Needs one of those Daphne earrings, and then we'd know for sure that Bugs is bi. But yeah. All right, good take. What about Ziggy? We've watched this. Is a cartoon we've watched.
No. Ziggy's too sad to be gay.
Sad straight guy.
That's a straight level of depression right there.
I think you're right on that. Yeah, spending a lot of Christmases alone. All right.
All these answers are correct.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's our expert. Man at Arms from He-Man.
Oh, definitely. Like there's a harness underneath that. Like he's ready to go to
websites.
Yeah, he's ready to go to the Eagle after his shift. Of riding
that's a New York place, isn't it?
Giant saber-toothed tigers. Oh, it's we got an eagle here.
Oh, do you? Okay. All right. Cupcake. This is from Fonz and the Gang. We watched this cartoon. She's an alien from outer space.
I think very, very. I'm gonna go with like femme, kind of possibly like dancing around the ballroom scene. You know, just like young, ready to go, but yeah, definitely can work some ballroom moves.
Okay, all
Leave
right.
It all on the floor.
Now, 3030 is the horse companion. Is the horse companion of Brave Star. So, what do you think about 3030?
I don't know. I think 3030 looks like he's actually like he's about to film a TikTok of him destroying a bunch of Bud Light.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
been pissed off by the recent campaign, so.
But
yeah.
is he overcompensating? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he may be, but that's the thing is sometimes you just don't know until they cross over that
Right.
other side to be like, why am I so mad? It's because I love him.
Yeah, but 3030 will never analyze that. All right, Roxy, this is one of the misfits from Gem. This is, Gem and the holograms, these are their rivals, the misfits. So Roxy is sort of like the punk, brash misfit.
Yeah, I say yes. I say that she's in love with her bandmates, and actually, in fact, she's in love with Gem, and she's pissed about it. That's I think where a lot of the ire comes out of it. Yeah, it's making for some great singles. Like she's written like some of the best songs of her career because of this.
It's true. It makes great art. Yeah.
It's the worst thing to happen to her and the best thing to happen to her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's time for the Gem reboot. Then we got to see that version of Roxy.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we just have two more. This is Turbo Teen, the teen who turns into a red sports car. What do you think?
Yep, twink bottom. He's power bottom. I mean, he is ready to go. He is ready to just bend over and be ridden.
I mean, he has a woman inside of him right now, so it's yeah, I guess so, right?
Well, he's trying it out first. It's like pegging first, and then
okay.
He's in his teen years. He's in his turbo teen years. So,
but she's definitely in the driver's seat.
Right.
Yeah, he like asked his girlfriend, "Hey, would it be weird if you tried this one time?"
Right, and then when he's a turbo 20-something, he comes out and realizes, yeah,
right.
Okay,
yeah,
all
turbo
right.
twink.
Last one again, another reboot, and this is the last one. This is the one I've been most curious about since we watched it. This is from Punky Brewster. We got Glomer here from the land of Chandun. What do you think?
Yes, definitely like hanging around the bear bar. Glomer's very old in my estimation, so he's been around the block. He saw a lot over the years. He was at Stonewall.
It doesn't shut up about it, right? It's like,
yeah, he's got a lot of stories. He misses a lot of his friends that have passed since then, but he's really appreciating the kind of body positivity that's come around these years, with bare bodies and stuff like that. So he's ready to just kind of like find his cub and settle down.
Keith, I knew we named you our cartoon sexuality expert for a reason.
Wow.
And that is how you play. Okay, but are they? And you got 100% on that, by the way. So, well done.
That completely destroys my theory that Glomer was based on the lead singer of Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
But,
I think,
well.
yeah.
But thank you for that background. I didn't know.
Wow, that was impressive.
And now Pride Month can officially begin. I think we've kicked it off successfully here.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to gay it up this month. And I might be sporting some Snagglepuss like accents to my outfit. I need to find those cuffs. I need to find a nice collar.
I mean, that's all you need. And then you can just be naked after that. You just need the cuffs and the collar, and then that's it.
And I got to find a way that when I leave abruptly, that I can leave a cloud of pink smoke.
And the bongo sounds.
Yeah, the bongo sounds.
Yeah, work on
that.
All
right, that's your plan for the summer. And of course, at the Sea Film Center, what's going on this summer? Fun stuff. You in Red Rocks again this year, or what's going on this summer in Denver?
We got our Film on the Rocks program, which puts some of the best like blockbuster classics up at Red Rocks Amphitheater. They're one of the greatest places to see a movie. The Sea Film Center, our year-round home, is just chugging along. We're so happy to have people coming back to the movies, and we're here for them. We're here for you. We're here for all of it.
Fantastic. George, have you learned anything in today's episode?
Absolutely. People tend to think of Hanna-Barbera as a progressive animation company because it featured the first gay-coded cartoon character in Snagglepuss and the first same-sex relationship between Race Bannon and Dr. Benton Quest. But a closer look at their other cartoon characters suggests something altogether different. Yogi Bear and Wally Gator lived their carefully controlled lives under the thumbs of a reactionary park ranger and zookeeper, respectively, suggesting to children that freedom is an illusion, so you might as well give in to strong-armed authoritarians. The Flintstones, depicted as contemporaries of dinosaurs, subtly brainwashed children into believing the creationist view of history. Quick Draw McGraw was a walking billboard of Second Amendment extremism. And of course, El Kabong hinted at a link between popular music and mindless violence. So the next time you watch a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, remember Hanna and Barbera exited stage far right. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
Okay, so they're the ones shooting Bud Light cans. That's
Oh,
they
yeah.
paved
Who's
the
shooting
way for
Bud?
that.
Except for Snagglepuss.
Right. Yeah. Snagglepuss.
But he refused to utter the line go woke or go broke even.
He refused.
He refused.
He's
Good
back
for him.
down. Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Hanna and Barbera handed him that script, and they said, "Read it," and he said, "No." Yeah. No, even.
Even.
Heavens to
Murgatroyd.
Murgatroyd. Oh, I'm going to be talking like that all week. Keith, thank you for coming on, and we'll see everybody at the Eagle with Man at Arms. And until next week, happy Shaturday.
Happy
everybody.
Shaturday.
Happy Shaturday.